someone like a Bryce Young who's just getting his feet wet. Yes, he's a starting quarterback, but people are throwing that bust word around without thinking about the context. Look at the team the man is on. It's crazy. Like, I'm not going to disrespect anybody on that team, but it's like, out of all 32 teams, that roster has probably the most holes in it, and that's saying something. So having someone like Bryce Young, who's not used to this like lack of success yet, it kind of fucks with you a little bit. And the fact that people are throwing that bust word around, I'm like, y'all need to chill the fuck out with that. At least for some of these players. And I think it's a part of the reason. I think it's just like that change in the NFL. It's the social media, like we said, ruins everything. Everyone's got a motherfucking opinion all the fucking time. And Bryce Young, unfortunately, is always going to be compared to CJ Stroud, who is thriving in Houston, which again, context, Houston is a terrible franchise. Look at him now. Everyone's looking at Houston like, hey, that turnaround might be a lot fucking faster than you think. They put some pieces on that team, and now Houston is that kind of that team you don't want to see right now. They're not winning every game, but they're fighting every fucking game. They are getting some decent wins when they do get them, but they're looking much more exciting, much more efficient than they have in years. And Stroud's a big part of that. But you look at Young and go, oh, same draft class, 1 and 2, but now it's like one's a bust and one is a second coming. And I don't think that's very fucking fair. And I'll do you one better. Look at someone like Quentin Johnston on the Chargers. We'll bring the Chargers back up. Quentin Johnston came into the draft like a huge fucking prospect. Like, he was supposed to be a great receiver on this team. He's had a terrible fucking season with the Chargers.
Yes.
Is that all his fault? There's a part of it, yeah. When he has been out there, he's looked pretty lost. His routes have been shit. He's been butterfingers too. I get it. But people are, again, I'm seeing that bust word. I'm like, since when do we start calling bust after 11 fucking games of a career? That's so fucked up. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I haven't called people bust in a quick amount of time either. But if you want to put some context and some perspective behind it, let's talk about real fucking bust. Let's talk about Kevin White. Let's talk about Josh Rosen. Let's talk about Trent Richardson.
Hey,
Charles
Kevin White
Rogers.
hit home for you, huh?
Kevin White is the first one on my fucking list. Fucking Ryan Leaf, Jamarcus Russell. Like, look at the real bust. And even, I will argue, when they were in their careers, in 11 games, we still weren't saying, oh, they're a bust. We were saying, oh, that's not a great start. But the fact that now we're just like heavy with that label of just going, nope, they're nothing. They're trash. I think we're just pulling the trigger too fucking fast. But if you know anything about Caleb Williams, his college career might be done at this point. He's wrapped up with USC. They've had their last game, and his season didn't go great after a great Heisman fucking winning season last year. So now it's like, is he going to declare for the draft, or is he going back to school? And I'm feeling like that bust aspect is weighing on him because he looks at someone like Bryce Young and goes, God, look at the situation that man just ended up in, and he looks like a piece of shit, even though he's trying his best. Again, there's no context behind it. So Caleb Williams now is making decisions, I feel, based on how he's seeing his peers being treated when they're very young in their fucking careers. And I don't think if he goes to the Bears, I think he's going to go into the same fucking problem. And that might hurt his entire fucking career. So what do you think about the bust label on the same wavelength of pulling the trigger too fast on these coaches sometimes too?
Sometimes that shit goes hand in hand, right? Like,
I think it does.
If you look at Bryce Young's situation, for example, right? Bryce Young literally came into a situation with no stability.
None.
So what do you expect Bryce Young to do? Let me put this into like simple people terms, right? Imagine getting hired at a job where your manager gets fired.
Been there.
You've only been at this job for, I don't know, a month.
Been there. Yeah.
And now you're expected to be the manager, even though you're not the manager, even though you just started a month ago.
Yep.
Even though you have little to no experience.
No training, nothing.
Nothing. No one to give you guidance. None of that.
Nope.
That is Bryce Young right now.
Right.
And through 11 games, he's considered a bust, right? Let me read you his stats. They're not even that terrible.
No.
He's completing 61% of his passes. He's thrown for 1,800 yards, 9 touchdowns, 8 picks. Quarterback rating of 75, right?
Rookie numbers.
He's a bust, but he's a bust.
Right.
But you know what? Let me do you one better. Let me read you the first 11 games of Peyton Manning's career.
Oh, boy.
All right. You know what? Peyton Manning's only had 2 games in his first 11 games in which he's completed over 60% or better.
Wow.
In 9 of the 11 games, Peyton Manning threw for 2 or more picks. In 9 of the 11 games,
Holy
he
shit.
threw for 2 or more picks. Bryce Young only has 8.
Can you
I'm
imagine calling Peyton Manning a bust?
I'm going to stop it there.
Right.
Who was calling Peyton Manning a bust then?
Nobody. Not a damn person.
Nobody. But Bryce Young, the melanated quarterback,
You went back there.
picked number 1 overall, has a positive touchdown to interception ratio. Is a bust.
Sure.
Oh, it's because he lost a lot of games. Oh, I'm glad you brought that up.
Oh, okay.
Because Peyton Manning was 2-9 in his first 11 games.
Fucking fire. Oh my god. That's all you have to say about it. Like,
that's all I'm gonna say.
That's all you gotta say about it.
And I'm not saying Bryce Young is gonna be Peyton.
No, but
all I'm
damn,
saying
after
is
11 games, dude. Like,
pump the fucking brakes.
thank you.